Hello! It's October. It's been a while since October began, which means it's the sweater weather and time to bring out your leather, feather, and whatever. That was dumb. But anyways, today I'm going to be doing something different, something that I have never done before. Sounds crazy, but it's not that crazy. I am going to be trying Inktober for a week. Now, that does not actually mean I'm going to be doing it for every single day of the week. I am going to try to do every single day of the week, but I cannot assure you that I will do it every single day of the week. So have your hopes low. I'm not going to be following any prompts. I'm going to create my own prompts. Let's begin. Just a little thing I want to tell you is that I actually already have done this one page off camera. It was supposed to be my little practice just off camera to decide whether I actually want to do this challenge or not because, you know, I don't know. Let's do this. Let's get started. Day one. That was very loud. Alright, so I'm just starting off this drawing by erasing the pencil sketch, which I am not going to be having a pencil sketch for every single one of the drawings, but because this is the first one, kind of wanted to be a little bit prepared, so I did a pencil sketch first. I drew a random little hand drawing something which is supposed to be my hand, doesn't look like my hand though. And I also bought in a random piece of paper from the left side of the page to the right because I thought that would tie the entire spread all together. And then I drew a clock, which now that I think about it is a good representation of the fact that this challenge is just a challenge that I'm doing for a week and it's not gonna be like forever, so it kind of represents that this is a time limit challenge. And then I also drew a moth for the first time ever. I actually wanted to do some butterfly wings, but then I found a reference picture of a moth, so I was like, let's try something new, something different. So I did that because I just wanted to have wings on this page. And I also drew a random cassette, again, for no specific reason, but this reminds me of my grandmother's old house in which we had a radio and cassette. So I just feel like it kind of reminds me of a really beautiful core memories. Happy that I did it. And I also drew a ginormous rose because I knew that I wanted to include flowers on here somehow, because I feel like flowers are just an overall good representation of like a good feeling, a greetings, new welcomings, or like get well soon. I don't know. But flowers are just used for a lot of really good occasions, so I just thought flowers would be a good thing to draw here. And then I'm filling in the empty space on the page using some random words like Inktober, day one, art, etc. And then I also brought in the little pumpkin thingies from the left side of the page to the right. And then I finished it off by writing the date on the cassette. And I love how this turned out. Here's what the overall spread looks like. I think it looks very cool. I love everything. The rose, the moth, the clock, the cassette, the page that ties both of them together, the little pumpkins, this little thing. I think day one was a success. Alright, so it is day two, and today's prompt word is modes of transport. So as usual, starting off by erasing the pencil lines, and the book was not helping. Anyways, after slamming the book 100 million times, I am now getting started with the inking part. I believe is what it's called. I can speak. Also, I know I said that I'm not going to be having a pencil sketch for every single one of these drawings, but while sketching for this one, I realized that I erase a lot, and like a lot. I just erase way too much, especially when I'm planning out these kind of spreads, because most of the time I'll do like a realistic picture or like a nature scene or something, so most of it can be covered up by the painting. But here, I'm just pretty much outlining every single thing that I sketch out. So while the sketching, I kind of need to like fix everything, whatever is wrong. So it's just a lot of erasing, and now I'm not sure if I feel confident enough to just sketch directly with a pen, but maybe we'll try to do that at day 5 or something. Anyways, now on to the things that I'm drawing. So here I'm drawing a scooty or a scooter. I don't know what other people call it, and I hope that I can drive this someday because it just seems so fun. And I sketched and drew it for the first time ever and love how it turned out. And now I'm drawing this 3-wheeled vehicle, which is known as an auto rickshaw, which is a common transport in India and I believe in other countries too. But I've been wanting to draw or paint this since I came back from India, so finally did it. And then I drew 2 cars, which one looks slightly modern and the other looks more vintage, so love that again. I also wrote a quote, which you'll see in a bit, and then I just wrote day 2, and I started outlining some of the things with a slightly thicker pen to add some more contrast. And while I do that, let me tell you a little know something about this cycle. I actually drew a very similar one for one of my friend's birthday cards, and it's a bit of an inside joke between us, and it brings back a lot of funny memories. So I have just been loving sneaking things into my drawings which bring me lots of memories, and it's just bringing me a lot of joy. Anyways, after finishing the outlining, I just wrote the date as the number plate on the card, and the drawing is complete. So let's take a closer look. Here's everything I drew. I drew a cycle, a scooty, this little butterfly, and the auto rickshaw and the drums, a modern car, a vintage car, and the quote, "Life is a journey, not a destination. Learn to enjoy the ride." And day 2 was a really fun ride. I enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. That was way too loud. Alright, so today's day 3, and today's prompt word is musical instruments, or just music, whatever you want to call it. And I'm really excited for this one, so let's jump right into it. Let's erase.
Just beat the devil out of it.
We are ready to start drawing. So as usual, taking my good old pen, and I'm gonna get started with outlining, inking everything. And as I said, the prompt word is musical instruments. So I'm starting off by drawing a piano. Now, I've actually wanted to paint another really cool rustic looking piano since I did that one for a Niall Horan song. I believe the song was Still. And I've just wanted to paint a piano ever since then, but I haven't actually done it. So when I decided that I'm gonna be drawing musical instruments, I knew how to include a piano somehow, so I included it. I also drew a mic and a violin. I do not know much about music. I also do not know what this instrument is. I think it's called a saxophone. I don't remember what kind of a sound it makes, and I just thought it would look really cool in the drawing, and I really wanted to include it, so I did. And I also drew a guitar, because obviously a guitar I thought was like really important, because that's kind of like the only instrument that I know. I don't know how to play a guitar. I just know that a guitar is a guitar and that it makes sound. What? I have no idea what I just said, so let's just forget all of it, please. Anyways, then I added some musical notes, and I also outlined everything with a slightly thicker pen, and then I left this little area to write some song lyrics, because I did something like that in the first day and I really liked how that looked, so I decided to recreate that. And originally I was going to write One Direction song lyrics, but 2 days before I drew this, I got the news about Liam Payne, and it was so shocking, and I still do not know how to react. Like, it just does not feel real. It feels too soon. It feels very, very strange and different, but I decided to write a Liam Payne song lyrics from his One Direction song, and I shaded the little area gray to add some contrast, and then I just wrote day 3 because it was day 3, and then I finished the page off by writing the date. And here's the final page. I love how all the musical instruments turned out. I feel like the flowers were a nice, good addition, and of course the little butterfly, the musical notes, and this part with Liam Payne's lyrics. I think day 3 was a success. Alright, so today is day 4, and probably the last day of this challenge. I'm not getting sick of the drawings. I'm actually really enjoying doing these drawings, but what I am getting sick of is the filming. But let's draw. This is what I'm going to be drawing. I do not exactly know what it is, but it is a building. An architectural piece. You guys will enjoy. For some reason, today's erasing session was a lot more calmer than all the other days. But now that I'm done with that, I'm going to start inking. Now, I actually have never tried Inktober because, I've never tried Inktober before. Why? Because I used to think that Inktober is only limited to ink. If you want to do Inktober, you're supposed to use ink. And for some reason, every time I thought of ink, I imagined like a proper bottle of ink and like a feather pen or like a professional ink pen or something, which I didn't have any of those, so I thought, I can't do Inktober. But then later on, I saw people doing Inktober using watercolors and other mediums, and that confused me. And then I realized that, hold up, markers and sketch pens and pens and all of these things have ink too. So like, am I allowed to use color in this challenge, or is this just a no color challenge? So there was just a lot of confusion about Inktober in my head, so I never got around to actually doing it. Also because I feel like art obviously has no limits and there's no rules. It's your art. You are the artist. You create art however you want, using whatever you want.
It's art.
The whole confusion about Inktober, if I can use other mediums and color, kind of just made me feel a little bit limited, so I never got around to actually doing the challenge. But this year I wanted to do something October special, so I remembered Inktober. Ow, my hand. This drawing I think was the most painful one out of the 4 because I don't know, it was just a lot of drawing, and also I was pressing the pen way too hard and I was just getting really tired really easily on this one, but I managed to get it done. And now I'm just going ahead and writing the date in the tiniest little space I could find, and it's complete. Oh, and I don't have to close the lights today because this was the final day. And here's the final drawing. I honestly love this one so much. I think it looks incredibly cool, majestic. And so yeah, that was the end of this whole challenge. I was originally thinking about doing it for like 7 days or at least 5 days, but I think my hands have really had enough. I think I want to use some paint now. I think I want to use some color now, but this challenge was really fun to do, and I would absolutely love to do it once again. Maybe we'll do it again next year, and maybe that time I'll let you guys pick the prompts that I do. Here's a final look at all of the drawings. So this was the first page. Absolutely love how this page just travels from this page across this one and just ties the entire spread together. Like, I love that. And even though this page looks really random, I just think it looks really cool. I love that. This is cool. This just looks really cool and I love it. Day 2. I really like how this page turned out. I like how this turned out. I love how this turned out. I really like how this turned out. Also, I didn't talk much about these. I just snuck these drums in. I just thought they fit in the vibe with this, so I did that. Love how this card turned out. Overall, I really like this. Oh my god, I love this page so much. I think this one turned out really cool and more what. And I love it so much. I love how all the musical instruments turned out, and I love the little florals. I mean, the roses are not perfect, but I still like how they're just there. Not being the best, but they're there to support the instruments. What? And obviously, I cannot forget this part, which I love. And then the final page, which is honestly very different than all the rest of them. Love how it turned out. I've been wanting to do like this really long drawing since a while, so I'm glad I finally did it. I think it looks really cool, and I hope you guys like it too. And that was all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below, out of all the 4, which one is your favorite. And thank you so much for watching. I am absolutely tired now, so goodbye. Hold up, you know what? Let's close the lights. Bye. I know people, what? I can't speak. What? No. Yeah, I can confirm. I just wanted to, but I can be doing it. Like, I'm not gonna be, I know people, what? I need to slow down. It's a very popular of really pen, not pencil. What the heck am I talking about?